All righty, let's get some buttons turned on here. There we go. We should have sound up. Good morning, everybody. Let's fix this. There we are. All right. Again, good morning, everybody. How are we doing on this Thursday, July 24th day? Hello, Thomas, Mike, Bart, Sonny, Gold, Bill. Hey, Donna, good morning. Joe. Hey, good morning, everybody. Vern, good morning. Thank you all for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. Once again, I am broadcasting from Mount Rushmore, a campground in Mount Rushmore, and beautiful, beautiful place. So let's talk about the market and some charts. I'm going to talk about Boeing first because Sonny here asked about it. So let's cover this one first here. And Sonny, by the way, I think Boeing is still bullish. We've got let me go to a weekly right here. Weekly, there we go. The 50% retracement is about this $240 level. And I'm not taking from the very highs. I'm taking from where we really started to fail up here at that 389.80 area. This is just the scouts were sent out and they were shot down big time. So I'm taking from here to those lows. So you can see we're approaching that 50% area. And we break through that. Next target I would see is about 257.60. I mean, you could go all the way to the top here. And, providing the market is working and everything is bullish, I don't see any reason why you couldn't get there. Watch for a little consolidation, and there's a huge amount of upside to Boeing. So I think one of the number one things to do is watch the market. Make sure the market is cooperating like this. Okay, and thanks, Sonny, for asking. Make sure the market remains bullish. The market starts to turn bearish, it's gonna drop a lot of charts because I still believe that we are getting into an overbought area. Now, the thing about being overbought or oversold, it can stay there longer than you think it should. Being overbought doesn't care what you think, and I've seen it stay there a long time, but it doesn't change the fact that it's overbought. So just keep that in mind, okay? Hey, good morning, Vernon. How you doing? So anyway, I mean, overall, I think this market is doing great, isn't it? I mean, it's look at that trend. Let's get some tools out here. There we go. I mean, look at this. We've got this downtrend, and it stopped, turned late May, and then look at that. You see those green dots, everyone? I'm sure you do. See this? We just keep moving up. And one red dot right there does not make anything to worry about. We popped right back up. And that, man, this has been long going. We can move this to a weekly chart. Look at that weekly chart. That was one heck of a reversal from the April-May lows here. That's been truly amazing. So, and the way I look at it is the bulls will continue to be a bull until they're not. It is truly that simple. And then how do we tell that it's not a bull? Well, the two charts or two time frames that I like to watch before the daily fails would be the 3-bar chart. It's just what we call the 3-bar chart. It's actually 130 minute. It just breaks the candle down into 3 candles per day is what it does. That's why I call it 3-bar chart. So I'll watch this chart, and if we start breaking down where price is below the T-line, the T-line is below the trend indicator, well, that's a pretty darn good sign the sellers are taking over. And same with the 60-minute here. I'll watch that chart. So those are the two charts that I watch if I'm going to watch something intraday. And I'll keep my eyes on those, during the day as I'm trading, if the market is, getting ugly or something like that. But So far, this market is still working. Truly amazing. But hey, it's a good deal. Take a look at the Qs here. Qs are doing fine. Let's get rid of all that. There we go. Qs are doing fine. Diamonds really popped up yesterday, and it's giving us a little pullback this morning, but I'm not going to be concerned about that until we start breaking down. Looking at a few notes that I had this morning, I know that a few people are, double top, double top, double top. Double top means squat without follow through. Okay. Double bottoms means squat without follow through. A lot of us here trade, say, a 3/8 trap. A 3/8 trap means squat without follow through. Follow through is what price does. I'm going to say that again. Follow through is what price does to show us that the buyers are still there. Okay, so follow through, price is king. All right. Good morning, Coach. How you doing? Hey, Hydro. How are you? So trade the trend. Look for the best buys. And the best buys is not necessarily what I buy or what Bobby buys or what Coach buys. The best buys are what you buy in, we'll call it the system that you trade. And if you find those aren't working, then maybe little tweaks. What I would never do is wad up your game plan like a piece of paper and throw it in the trash. I wouldn't do that. Just make little tiny changes until you dial it in. That's what I would do. IWM, again, still bullish. Everything is working right here. SPY, everything is still bullish. If we look at T21, where's my mouse? There it is. T21.23, still bullish, nothing bearish yet. VXX, there's no fear in this market. You can see it by here. We're moving down. These are both 60-minute charts, by the way. No fear, bulls are here. No fear, bulls are here. I like that. I have to save that one. So, going into the rest of the week, just if you're making money, keep doing what you're doing. If you're not making money, contact us. It's that simple. Hello, Daryl. How are you? All right, let's take a look at some charts. I've got some posted out here. Some folks have already posted them. Let's go to town. Let's get to work. Wolf. Take a look at Wolf. I'm going to flag that. Thanks. Look at Wolf here. Let's get rid of that little blue line. There we go. Wolf is becoming a rounded bottom breakout. Now, when I look at Wolf, I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to draw a trend line on this, and I'm going to have to say, I mean, we can fudge on this if you want. You can draw how you want. This is pretty much how I'm going to draw it, though, right there. That's best I could do. And until we get over that trend line, I'd be a little bit, tiny bit careful. But it is setting up for a rounded bottom breakout. It is doing that. One of the things that I noticed here in the chart, and this is something that I'm going to do next week when I get back to my main desk, is we are going to have a, I don't know, it's a group workshop, if you will, on setting this up right here. Now, for those that have TC2000, this is geared for you. For those that don't have TC2000, maybe you could figure it out, say if you use Thinkorswim. Unfortunately, I can't help you with Thinkorswim. I'm probably as dumb as a rock on Thinkorswim because I don't use it. But if I look here, I notice I'm missing my daily. There's also a weekly, which I don't look at that one too much, but I'm missing my daily. What this tells me is that we're under the cloud. Now, while I don't usually use the cloud, because we're going to have this group workshop next week, I've been looking at it for the last couple of days. So if I look at the cloud here, you can see that we're, let's make sure I'm on the daily, yeah. You can see we're bumping right into it. And you see that downtrend line that I drew? If we break out of that downtrend line, that'll give you cloud support. So I'm looking at Wolf here, WOLF, and I'm thinking, I don't know, do I want to trade this or do I want to put it on my watch list and wait for that thing to break out up into this area? Oh, say 270, and then trade in there. So just a thought there. Nice. I think it is setting up very nice though. Okay. All right, let's take a look. CMPS. Take a look at CMPS. There's CMPS. CMPS is moving up. We're over the 200 period moving average. So right now, I think the big trick for that is going to be to break out of that 510 area. Follow the T line. I see a 3-8 trap coming. I don't know if it's an actual 3-8 trap right now, but it's close. But I see it coming. Over that 510 area would probably be the best for me. Here's the weekly chart. And I'm only going to the weekly, so it smooths some of it out. And if you take a look at this, look how we've got that right in there, that battle. We stopped. 510 is kind of important. So that's kind of what I would look at. Follow the T line. If you're in it, follow the T line trend indicator. As long as it stays bullish, well, it is bullish. Pretty simple. Yeah. All right, let's come over here. Hey, Bobby, good morning. WDC, that was bullish yesterday and still bullish today. Absolutely. So here's one of these charts where if you liked it yesterday, you should absolutely love it today. And that's because nothing has changed. All it's done is offered you a better entry. So WDC, I think, is 2 thumbs up, rockin' bullish until it's not. The trend is there. Price action looks good. You've got a nice candle yesterday. Nice candle, not a bullish engulf, nothing like that, but a good candle yesterday. Nice inside day today. And the market remains bullish. So Western Digital, rock on. Earnings on 7:30. Yeah, keep that in mind. Earnings, a lot of stocks, it's this time of year. Yuck. And then URRA. Let's take a look at that. There we go. URRA. URRA is working out just fine. We've got this big bearish engulf, so that makes everybody nervous. Makes me nervous. So let's see if we can take it away. 3-day, 4-day, weekly chart. Kind of hard to, isn't it? So here's the thing. Some traders are going to wait till we break out. That's perfectly fine. I mean, who in the world needs to fart around for a whole percent? Whoopie doopie doo here. So in other words, if you bought it right here this morning, closed below the T line on 2.3%. If that means something to a trader, you probably shouldn't be trading, honestly. Really shouldn't be. So I get this. If you're in it, it looks like a buy. Ultimately, it needs to break out. For those waiting for a breakout, I totally get that. Once again, is it worth fighting for a couple percent right here, or wait for the breakout and then the 10, 15, 20% you might get going up? Overall, it is still bullish. It really shows no signs of bearishness other than this bearish engulf that has not shown follow through. Okay. RGTI, that is on my list this morning. Yeah, boy. RGTI, big pop up. Here we have a pullback to T-line, nice 3-8 trap. We start trading over probably about 1630. We're all going to wish we bought it right down in here. Yep, RGTI looks pretty good. Again, I've got that on my list. Yeah, I do. I had to look and make sure. Looking good there. Looking good. Good morning, S. How are you doing? Oracle. Oracle, looking good. Nice pop. Let's get rid of that there. Again, the trend is truly your best friend. And years ago, even now, when I hear people say the trend is your best friend and they say nothing after that, um, really aggravates me. Because when you're a new trader starting out, somebody says the trend is your friend. It really confuses you. I know it does. I know it does everybody. It 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 because now what? Trend is my friend. Not, dogs are your friend, but some dogs will bite you. So explain to me. Well, here it is. So when you get a chart that's trending like this, and we see these pullbacks, as long as they stay high in the trend, not deep, this would be deep. This would be, uh-oh, we've got a problem. The chart still may be bullish, and it may come down to the 50-period moving average, and it may rock from there and take off. But this is a deep pullback. It needs more than a little bump. It's going to need a reversal pattern. But here, it just needs a bump. That's all it needs. So we have the trend working, and we have a pullback that's high into the trend, not below the trend. So when we see this pull back, this is where we want to start looking. And it makes it for a trade anywhere in that area right here. Anywhere in that area. And then what we're looking for is the carry up higher, like this. And you can go back and look at the chart, and you can see this in multiple places. Multiple. I mean, look at that right there. We started to carry up. We did get a little bit sideways here. See it carry up. We did pull back again, but again, it's one of those shallow pullbacks. There we are there, and here we are again. So nice chart, Oracle. So I've got some questions for a few people before we do any more. Yesterday, I posted in the room and on our app. Did anybody pick up Lunar? I picked up Lunar, currently up 20%. It'll be down just smidgens because of today's candle. Val, you did great. Lunar's looking good. Lunar's headed to that 50%. Nice, Val. You're up 55. I got the option, about only 4 options, and up $204. Thank you for sharing that. But Lunar looks terrific. Lunar still looks great. So way to go for those that received the alert and took advantage of that. The other one is Bull, B-U-L-L. Now, this is my second time in Bull since I've been on my vacation. I think Bull still ultimately gets to my big target, which would be the 50% retracement up here at 21-22 area. Made great money on Bull on this move. I missed getting here because I was out sightseeing, but I did get back into Bull, and Bull is working out. Currently up 16%. So keep the app on for those that have the app. AI is another one. It's sort of given us a little grief this morning, but we'll see what that does. And it's right there at pretty near our 50% retracement, so we'll keep an eye on that. How about GGLL? Who's in that one? Now, okay, let's take a look at a few more of these. Hey, Hydro, you're looking at space. There we go. Space looks good. Space looks really good. It just needs to do, I mean, space does. That's a bullish chart. Let's flag that, actually. I think I already have it, but we've got a nice bottom, nice move up to the 200. There's no reason to think it's not going to go higher, but it's been up enough days. Probably a little consolidation is in order, and then we can take off. If we shrink this up, look at that bottom that it's created there. I'm going to move this into a weekly. Look at that bottom. Man, that's nice if you ask me. That's real nice. I'm actually, see if I can do this. I'm going to take this high and come down here, and I'm going to have to go to a daily to finish it because I can't see it. Let's move this over. I mean, this is crazy. I may have to, I just may not be able to live with this. There we go. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, I can't live with this. So let's bring this down a little bit. Wow, that is crazy. Well, all right, we'll go right there. You know what? I like that. I'm going to take this peek. You guys might not be able to see it. My screen's so small, I can barely see it. But there. Oh man, just for trading purposes. Good grief! Let's go right here. There you go. And this has a huge amount of upside potential on it. Just crazy upside. 50% retracements up here around $60. Holy cow! Truly amazing. So I'm even going to knock this down more for trading purposes. I'm going to go here. Just take peaks. We'll take that peak, and I've got the low in. You know, this one may work for me. There you go. So we're still creating the bottom on this. Watch for 14 bucks. We'll worry about anything after that later. I might have to play with that one for a chart. Thank you very much. Space, SPCE. Keep it on your watch list. Let's see here. I don't want to miss anybody, so please shout out. I get to bouncing around here sometimes. I saw Zebra somewhere. Yeah, ZBRA breaking out of the 200 period moving average. I still think we have a target up here around that 380 mark on that one. I've looked at that one quite a bit. Look at that beautiful trend. Look at that. And now we're setting up here for a very nice little J hook. Up. There's your J hook about to break out. Nice chart. ROKU. There we go. Whoops, still did it wrong. ROKU. There we go. Well, ROKU. I don't know if I would be bullish today. It's going to have to prove itself. And I don't know if I would short it in a bullish market. I think that's bad. That's bad juju to do that. That's bad juju. I would take ROKU, put it in a drawer, and just leave it there until something happens. But unless you can give me some insight what you're looking at, yeah, I sure wouldn't trade that long. You've got a bearish engulf that has, in fact, follow through. So I think there's a ton of charts out there that would suit you better. And again, I wouldn't short anything in a bullish market. Yeah, bad juju. Trade desk. Bullish. Hope you're in it, Kevin. Oh, you are working out nicely. Yes. I think we're headed right up here to somewhere between 90 and 95, 200 period moving average, and the 50% retracement. That's a nice chart. I've neglected to get into that one, but I bet I've looked at it 100 times. Nice chart there. Yeah. Let's see. Whoops, get some over here. Let's look at this. UMCA. Hey, I want to thank everybody for being here this morning, logging in so early. UMAC. There we go. UMAC. Something about this chart looks funny to me. So far, I see why. It kind of picks up over here. Okay. So still trending. We're in that 3-8 trap right now. If you're long, I would stay long. We start getting down into this area, I would consider not being long, but it's still bullish here. Take a peek at the weekly. And you can see that weekly really cleans it up. Yeah. So first target's going to be that swing high of around 1380, and then maybe we can squeeze 15 out of it before it starts getting kind of pulling back again, maybe. But nice chart overall, very nice. Neil Clove is an RBB. Let's see. Yeah, it's sort of the end of its road for an RBB. It didn't last long. RBB started about right here. Actually, it's a full RBB based on moving averages yesterday, but we're so high near that 200 that kind of kills the whole RBB thing. So, but it's a bullish chart. I'm not trying to take away from that. Okay, it's a bullish chart. You can see that we've broken the trend. At least my eyeballs thinks it did. Let's see. Yeah. So we're over the trend line here. It's starting to trend up. Watch for pullbacks, good entries, and a breakout here. You've got a lot of resistance. Look at all that right there. A lot of resistance right through there. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. Resistance was made to be broken. Yeah. Okay. QS. Yeah, QS is one of these flyers, what I call a flyer chart. Just out of nowhere, it takes off. It's as long as it can stay above the T line here, it's a candidate for a buy. You can see it's flirting with the 50% retracement. Been doing it for a few days. It was a nice target. It hit the target. It's flirting with it now. So the next move up is going to be about this 15. Just follow those little lines if you can see them. $15, and then up here around 17 is what I would look at. But right now, that's just consolidation is all it is. Look at a weekly, march it down. Yeah, and then look at the top over here. Yeah, and this is a weekly chart, and look how. Let me take this and see if I can extend this. There we go. Look at that. And we've kind of consolidated over here on the right recently, and look over on the left and look at the price action. It all matches up. So what we need is the bulls to take notice and to break us out. Pretty simple. Pretty, very simple. Hey, Yorina, how you doing? Heard you made a trade with your phone. Yes, I've actually done that a couple of times. Yes. Yeah, I made a trade with my phone. It's I don't like it. but when I leave everybody here in the morning, I'm off sightseeing and doing things, and I don't even bring my computer with me. So, and most of the time I don't even have cell service. So it's between bison is what I do. Between bison I trade. We got caught in a herd of bison yesterday. It was pretty cool. It was really cool, actually. So anyway, hey, it's about time for me to wrap it up here this morning. I want to thank everybody for being here. Look, the market is bullish. Take advantage of it. Yeah, take advantage of it. Yeah, that's all I can say. Wait for the charts that make sense to you. If you don't know what kind of charts make sense, well, get a hold of us. I'll be glad to help. And keep your app on. We'll see if I buy anything or close anything yesterday or close anything today. I'll certainly post it on that app this first hour of trading this morning. Okay. Hey, thanks everybody. Today is Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow, and then Monday, I will be back at my desk full time, and we'll trade from there. Ed says, I've heard that you climbed up to Washington's nose. The cell reception is amazing. That thing is huge. It is truly, truly huge, amazing. We went to it wasn't last night, it was the night before, to a show in the evening, and it was a great, 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 great show. And then at the very end, they lit it up, and it's really cool. I mean, most of you probably have seen it, but for those that haven't, you should put that on your bucket list. It's really amazing. The whole area is amazing. Anyway, I got to go. We'll see, members. We'll see you in about 15 minutes when the market opens up. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.